Admiral Ju Kim stood tall on the bridge of the UES Defiant, looking at the stars through the massive viewscreen. The ship, Earth's most advanced vessel, represented humanity's growing power in the galaxy. Kim had served in Earth's space forces for 20 years, rising through the ranks with a mix of tactical brilliance and quiet determination. "Admiral, we're approaching Proxima Centauri IV," said her second-in-command, Captain Minho. "The Council delegation is already waiting in the orbital station." Kim nodded. "Prepare the diplomatic team. I want our best people at this summit." Earth had joined the Galactic Council only 30 years ago. Humans were still seen as newcomers by many of the older species who had been traveling between stars for thousands of years. Despite this, Earth had quickly become important in galactic affairs. Human innovation moved at a pace that surprised the other Council races. What most impressed and worried the Council was how quickly humans adapted alien technology and improved it. Earth ships now used modified versions of Altarian shield systems that were 40% more efficient than the originals. Human computer systems integrated processing approaches from 6 different species. But nothing concerned the Council more than the new Alcubierre-Morrison drive. The human engineers had taken the standard faster-than-light technology used across the galaxy and completely redesigned it. The new drive was twice as fast and used half the energy of any other ship in known space. Unknown to Admiral Kim and the other human leaders, the Council's inner circle had been meeting in secret for months. The 7 oldest species in the galaxy formed this powerful group that truly controlled Council decisions. The humans advanced too quickly, Elder Traz of the blue-skinned Joran had said during their last meeting. They've been among the stars for less than a century, yet their ships can now outrun our fastest vessels. Councillor Mrek, the sharp-featured leader of the Volari Empire, had proposed the solution that the others eventually accepted. "We must bring Earth under direct control now, while we still can. Their military is still small, their colonies few. In another decade, it may be too late." The vote was unanimous. Earth would be offered a choice that was no choice at all: surrender independence or face isolation from the galactic community. The Council knew Earth's economy now depended on interstellar trade. They believed humans would have no option but to accept their new status. As the Defiant settled into orbit around Proxima Centauri IV, Admiral Kim prepared for what she thought would be a routine diplomatic event. Earth had been promised new trade agreements and greater representation on key Council committees. President Lee had sent Kim specifically because the Admiral had built good relationships with several alien leaders. The grand meeting hall of the Proxima station gleamed with polished stone brought from a dozen worlds. Representatives from 30 species filled the chamber, their varied forms occupying specially designed seats. Admiral Kim led the human delegation to their designated area, nodding respectfully to the alien dignitaries she recognized. Councillor Mrek approached the central platform. The Volari's silver skin reflected the chamber's lights as he raised all 4 of his arms for silence. "Representatives of Earth," Mrek began, his translator making his complex language understandable to all present. "The Grand Council has reached an important decision regarding humanity's place in our galactic family." Kim felt a sudden tension in the room. This wasn't following the expected agenda. "Earth has shown remarkable progress," continued Mrek. "Too remarkable, perhaps. The Council has decided that for the stability of the galactic community, Earth must now become a protected system under Council authority." Gasps came from the human delegation. Kim remained still, her face betraying nothing of her thoughts. "All Earth military vessels will be integrated into the Council fleet under non-human command. Your technological research will require Council approval. A Council governor will be appointed to oversee Earth's compliance." Admiral Kim stood slowly. "And if we refuse these terms?" Mrek's mouth formed what passed for a smile among his kind. "Then Earth will be immediately cut off from all Council worlds. No trade, no communication, no passage through Council space. Your colonies would be isolated. Your economy would collapse within months. Kim looked around the chamber and saw no surprise on the faces of the other council members. This had been planned for some time. The diplomatic summit was nothing but a trap. What the council didn't know was that Kim had suspected something like this might happen. For years, Earth's intelligence services had been reporting growing concern among the older races. Humanity had prepared for this day, though they had hoped it would never come. The Council will give Earth 48 hours to begin compliance, Rek announced. Until then, this fleet will remain here as our guests. Kim understood the unspoken message. They were prisoners, and Earth was about to face an ultimatum that would end its independence. Dr. Hyun Park stood frozen at the large window of Mars Colony's observation deck. Through special filters, he could see Earth in the distance, and the hundreds of alien ships now surrounding humanity's home planet. Just 12 hours earlier, the Galactic Council had announced they were sending peacekeepers to protect Earth during its transition to protectorate status. "This is not protection," Park whispered. "This is invasion." As director of Mars Defense Systems, Park had access to military feeds that ordinary citizens didn't. On his tablet, he watched in horror as the first Council ships opened fire on Earth's orbital platforms. The defense stations, designed mainly for asteroid deflection and monitoring, exploded one after another. A young officer rushed into the observation room. "Director Park, Earth Command confirms. This is a full-scale attack. The Council has cut all regular communication channels to the colonies." Park nodded grimly. "Activate Emergency Protocol Sigma. Now." While the public had been told that Earth was considering the Council's offer of protectorate status, military leaders like Park had been preparing for the worst. They knew that Admiral Kim and Earth's main fleet had been deliberately trapped at Proxima Centauri, leaving Earth seemingly defenseless. The Council forces dropped lower into Earth's orbit, their massive ships casting shadows over major cities. Their message repeated on all channels: Earth has been placed under Council protection. Resistance will result in measured but necessary force. Your remaining defense systems must power down. Council governors will arrive within 12 hours. In cities across Earth, people watched the skies with fear and confusion. News feeds showed the alien armada, over 300 ships from various Council species, the largest military force seen in the Sol system since humanity joined the galactic community. What the Council didn't know was that Admiral Kim had never trusted their intentions. 3 years earlier, she had convinced Earth's leadership to begin a classified program called Shadow Fleet. While Earth publicly built the ships that joined the Council's combined fleet, they secretly constructed many more vessels in hidden facilities. Deep beneath the lunar surface, in asteroid bases, and in camouflaged shipyards on distant moons of Jupiter and Saturn, humans had been building warships unlike anything the Council had seen. These ships incorporated the best of alien technology, improved upon by human innovation. Along with weapons systems the Council didn't know humans had developed. On the moon's far side, Commander Chun-Ho Lee received the emergency signal. His hands moved quickly over the control panel, inputting the activation codes only 5 people in the solar system knew existed. "Shadow Fleet Command to all units," he spoke clearly. "Activation code Theta 97 confirmed. The Council has betrayed us. Coast Protocol is now active." Similar scenes played out across the solar system. In the rings of Saturn, 20 stealth destroyers powered up their engines. Inside hollowed-out asteroids in the belt, cruisers prepared to launch. On Mars, underground hangar doors began to open as Dr. Park initiated his part of the plan. Back on Earth, Council ships began landing troops in key locations: the United Nations headquarters in New York, the Space Defense Command in Colorado, and other strategic sites. The alien commanders were confident, having disabled what they believed were Earth's primary defenses. Their intelligence suggested that with Admiral Kim's fleet trapped at Proxima Centauri, Earth had lost 70% of its military capability. They were wrong. Aboard his flagship, Council Commander Graf of the Kender received the first alarming report. Unidentified ships detected launching from the far side of Luna, his sensor officer reported, confusion clear in his voice. Many ships. Configuration unknown. Graf dismissed the concern. Earth has no significant lunar forces. Check your sensors. Sir, the officer insisted, I'm now detecting launches from Mars, from the asteroid belt, from within Jupiter's atmosphere. Hundreds of ships. In near-Earth space, the first of the Shadow Fleet vessels appeared. They didn't look like normal human military ships. These were darker, sleeker, with unusual configurations that confused Council targeting systems. In Beijing, people cheered as the unknown ships rose from hidden underground bases. In the African Union Space Center, technicians activated defense systems that the Council didn't know existed. Across Earth, hidden military installations revealed themselves as humanity prepared to fight back. On Mars, Dr. Park watched the tactical display as hundreds of red dots, representing human ships, appeared across the solar system. The expression of surprise and fear on the faces of the Council commanders being broadcasted gave him grim satisfaction. They thought they knew our strength, he said to his staff. They counted our ships, our weapons, our defenses, but they never understood humans. We've been preparing for betrayal since the day we met aliens who were too interested in controlling us. The Council invasion fleet suddenly found itself surrounded by ships appearing from seemingly nowhere. The Shadow Fleet was real, and it was ready. Earth's response to betrayal was about to begin. Admiral Kim, still trapped at Proxima Centauri, had planned for this moment. The Council would soon learn that capturing Earth's official fleet had been a serious miscalculation. Admiral Ju Kim's face showed no fear as she looked at the alien ships surrounding her fleet. 20 Council warships had trapped the 10 Earth vessels at Proxima Centauri. The aliens thought they had won by separating Earth's main fleet from home. They were wrong. Kim walked calmly to the center of the Defiance Bridge. Her crew watched quietly, trusting their leader completely. She had prepared them for this day. Open the secure compartment, she ordered. A panel slid open in the floor. Inside was a device no alien had ever seen. A black box with no visible controls. This was Earth's most guarded secret, a quantum entanglement communicator. It could send messages instantly across any distance, breaking the laws of physics as the Council understood them. The Council believed faster-than-light communication was impossible. All galactic messages had to travel by ship or through expensive relay stations. This gave the powerful species control over who could talk to whom across space. Kim placed her hand on the device. It scanned her DNA and brain patterns. "This is Admiral Kim," she said clearly. "Ghost Protocol Alpha confirmed. Execute Operation Thunderbolt." Thousands of light-years away in the Sol system, the message arrived instantly. There was no delay, no chance for the Council to detect or block it. On Earth, General Mincio received the signal in his underground command center beneath the Pacific Ocean. "It's time," he told his staff. "Send the activation code to all shadow units." Throughout the solar system, hidden human forces came to life. On Jupiter's moon Callisto, Commander Soman pressed her activation key. The entire moon's southern crater, thought to be natural, slid open to reveal a massive shipyard. 30 warships rose into space, their advanced engines glowing blue against the darkness. In the rings of Saturn, what looked like ordinary ice chunks suddenly changed shape. They were disguise fields, hiding human battleships among the natural debris. 20 more warships powered up their systems. Beneath the surface of Mars, Dr. Park entered the final launch codes. The red planet's surface cracked open in several locations as launch bays exposed ships that had been built in secret for years. Even in the asteroid belt, what the Council had dismissed as mining operations were actually military bases. Ships emerged from the rocky bodies, their weapons already charged. On Earth itself, the biggest surprise awaited the Council forces. The mountains outside major cities slid open. Underground bases that stretched for miles beneath the surface activated launch sequences. Water bodies churned as submerged hangars released their vessels. Commander Tahoe Lee stood on the bridge of the UES Retribution, the largest ship in Earth's hidden fleet. It had been built piece by piece inside a hollowed-out mountain, never leaving the ground until this moment. Now it rose above Seoul, its massive shadow falling over the city as citizens looked up in awe. The Council invasion fleet suddenly found itself surrounded. What had been 300 alien ships against Earth's minimal defenses was now 300 alien ships against nearly 1,000 human vessels. Counselor Mrek's flagship received the first warning from his sensors. "Impossible," he said, watching the display fill with new contacts. "Where did they come from?" His tactical officer's voice shook. "They're appearing everywhere, sir. Our scans show advanced weapon systems we've never seen before. These aren't civilian ships converted for defense. These are warships built for battle." In orbit above Earth, Commander Lee opened a channel to all Council vessels. His message was played on screens across the planet and transmitted throughout human space. "This is Commander Tahoe Lee of the United Earth Ship Retribution. The Galactic Council has committed an act of war against a sovereign species. Earth does not surrender. You entered our system as invaders. You will leave our system defeated, or you will not leave at all." The Council ships began to move into defensive positions, but they were outnumbered and surrounded. Hidden human weapon platforms on the Moon, on Mars, and in orbit activated, targeting the alien vessels. Back at Proxima Centauri, Admiral Kim wasn't finished with her surprises. She pressed another control on her quantum communicator. "Phase 2, she said simply. Aboard the Defiant, Engineer Juho smiled as he activated the ship's secret weapon. The Defiant had been built as a technological showcase, with Council members allowed to tour most of the vessel. But its true power remained hidden until now. A pulse of energy spread from the Defiant, washing over the Council ships that surrounded Kim's fleet. Their engines flickered and died. Weapon systems went offline. The pulse had disabled everything but life support. The Council thought they knew everything about human technology, Kim told her shocked bridge crew. They limited what we could build, monitored what we developed. But we showed them only what we wanted them to see. She turned to her navigation officer. "Set course for Earth. Maximum speed." The human fleet's engines lit up with unusual blue-green energy as they accelerated away from the disabled Council vessels. The trap had become a prison for those who set it. Across human space, the counterattack had begun. Earth wasn't just defending, it was fighting back. Counselor Mrek paced nervously in the Grand Council chamber on Galactic Central. The massive space station served as the heart of galactic government, floating at the center of Council territory. Mrek's silver skin had lost its usual shine, dulled by stress and fear. His plan to subjugate Earth had gone terribly wrong. "How many ships have we lost?" he demanded. His aide, trembling slightly, checked the latest reports. "Nearly 200 Council vessels destroyed in the Sol system. The rest have surrendered or fled. Our invasion force has been completely defeated." Mrek couldn't believe what he was hearing. The battle had lasted less than 6 hours. The Council Armada, with ships from 7 different species, had been crushed by weapons unlike anything they had seen before. In the Sol system, Commander Tahoe Lee directed the final phase of Earth's defense. His flagship, the Retribution, moved through the debris of battle. The Council ships that had surrendered were being escorted to Neptune's orbit, where they would be held until further notice. "Show me the battle footage again," Lee ordered. On the main screen, he watched Earth's hidden weapons in action. Gravity lances fired from lunar bases had literally crushed Council battleships, collapsing their hulls like empty cans. Quantum phase torpedoes, developed in secret Earth labs, had passed straight through alien shields as if they weren't there. Most impressive were the AI combat systems that learned and adapted to enemy tactics in real time, predicting moves before the Council commanders made them. "Send the footage to all human colonies," Lee ordered. "Our people should see what we've accomplished." At Proxima Centauri, Admiral Kim stood on the bridge of the Defiant. Around her ship, The Council vessels that had tried to trap her fleet now drifted helplessly. Their engines were dead, their weapons offline. Only life support still functioned. "The drive core deactivation is complete," reported Engineer Juho. "The space-time bubble has been stable for 30 minutes. Those ships won't be going anywhere for at least a week." Kim nodded. The Defiant's experimental drive wasn't just for faster-than-light travel. When activated in a specific way, it created a field that disrupted other ships' power systems. This technology had been developed by human scientists working in hidden facilities on Europa, far from Council spies. "All ships, prepare for jump," Kim ordered. "We're going to show the Council that we can hit them where they live." "The Galactic Council as you knew it is gone," she continued. "It failed in its purpose. Instead of bringing species together, it allowed a few powerful races to control the many." On a special platform sat the former Inner Circle members. Councillor Mrek of the Volari was there, his silver skin now dull with shame. Next to him were the other 6 who had planned Earth's conquest. They were under guard, waiting for their trial. "In place of the Council, we propose a new galactic federation," Kim said. "One built on true equality. One where technology is shared, not hoarded. One where every species, no matter how old or new to the stars, has an equal voice and equal rights." Dr. Hyun Park sat among the human delegation, watching the aliens' reactions. Some nodded in agreement. Others seemed unsure. A few looked angry or afraid. "Earth could have used its military strength to create a new empire," Kim continued. "We could have taken revenge for the attack on our world. Instead, we choose a different path." Behind Admiral Kim, a large screen showed images of new technology. There were advanced medical devices, faster engines, and clean energy systems. "For years we've been developing technology in secret," she explained. "Not for war, but because we feared the Council would take it from us. Now we offer to share everything we've created with all members of the new Federation." A representative of the Joran species, blue-skinned and tall, stood up. "Why should we trust humans? You hid your true strength. You built weapons in secret." Kim nodded. "We did. Because from our first days in the Council, we were treated as lesser beings. The Inner Circle planned to keep us dependent and controlled. We had to protect ourselves." Commander Taho Lee stepped forward with a data device. "This contains proof that the Inner Circle was doing the same to many younger species. They limited your technology, restricted your colonies, and kept you divided. We were just the first to successfully resist." This caused a stir among the delegates. Many began to talk among themselves as they realized how they had been manipulated. Kim raised her hand for quiet. "The new Federation will have open records. All meetings will be public. No secret plans, no hidden agendas. Technology will be shared freely. Trade will be fair." Over the next 3 days, representatives worked together to create the foundation of the new Galactic Federation. Most species quickly agreed to join. They had seen Earth's power and preferred cooperation to conflict. A few races, mostly those who had benefited most from the old system, refused and left. On the final day, Admiral Kim stood once more at the podium. Behind her, delegates from 47 species signed the new Federation Charter. "This is not the end of our journey," she told them. "It is just the beginning. Together, we will explore the galaxy not as competitors, but as partners." After the ceremony, Kim returned to the Defiant. From the bridge, she watched Earth grow smaller as the ship prepared to depart. "Where are we going, Admiral?" asked a young officer. "To the Draconis Imperium," Kim replied. "They refused our invitation to join the Federation. They'd been enemies of many Council species for centuries. It's time to try a new approach." The Defiant's engines hummed as it accelerated away from Earth. The ship was no longer just a warship. Now it carried diplomats and scientists, Earth's first official mission under the new order. As stars streaked past the view screen, Kim thought about the future. Humans had proven they could fight when necessary. Now they would prove they could lead through cooperation and respect. "The galaxy underestimated us," she said quietly. "But we won't make the same mistake. Every species has something to offer. Together, we'll build something better than any of us could alone." The Defiant jumped to faster than light speed, heading toward what had once been enemy territory, but what might soon be the newest member of humanity's growing family of galactic partners.